Hello everyone. I start with okay. Anyway, um, I enjoyed making like yesterday's video, I guess, the killer Sudoku one, and I sent it to a few friends and they seem to enjoy it. So, um, I also saw like on the YouTube analytics, people actually click on this, which I don't know, it was surprising to me. Um, I I still I very much like killer Sudokus. They're like one of my favorite Sudoku types, so I'll keep, I guess, going with these as long as I feel like. Um, Today we're gonna do like a puzzle not made by Cracking the Cryptic by Richard Stock, but released by Cracking the Cryptic. Um, I feel Richard Stock's puzzles are more introductory. It's a 2 star, so it should be a bit more difficult than the last one. Um, but we'll see. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Right off. Um, I'm gonna explain like as I go with some of the rules. Um, I immediately see a 7 cage in 3. I know that's 1, 2, 4 because experience, I guess. Same with 6 and 3. It can only be 1, 2, 3. Also, I forgot to explain something. I think um, numbers cannot repeat within the same box. Like I use this in my video because for me this is like a given because I play a lot of these puzzles. But like for example, by Sudoku rules, this could be a 1 and this could be a 1, but because of the killer Sudoku rules, that's not allowed. Um, yeah, I don't know. That makes the puzzles a bit more interesting, and I think this is also um to keep the um they use this to differentiate like whenever you have a finished puzzle, it's hard to like for example if this is a 13 cage and this would be a 13 cage, and they have the same combination, you could never differentiate. But maybe with this box you could like fix it for somehow. Um, this is like why that rule is kind of implemented. Also, what I see is this, which is interesting. Um, So if we look, we have the 26 cage and the 10 cage, um, like this, and the combined sum is 36. We know this whole row is 40 because of the added numbers 1 through 9 equal to 45, sorry, 45. Um, Meaning this has to be a 9 because this totals 36. Let's see. That eliminates a lot of options from for us here. Um, Again, I use the Cracking the Cryptic help because I can, basically. Because why not? 10 in 4 is 1, 2, 3, 4. That means this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Does that help me now? I do not think it does. Um, oh, also, I could have seen that earlier. 7, 8, 9. Okay, something a little interesting. Um, 10 contains 4 small digits, small being 1 through 4, big being 6 through 9, I guess. Um, so these are 3 small numbers. This has to contain a small number. That means this cannot contain a small number. That also means this cannot contain a small number, which means it's either 6 or 5. Um, that's maybe a bit more advanced than the puzzle wants to show, I guess. I don't think that's like something you're supposed to deduct at this point. That also, okay, I'm not sure if this is where we're supposed to go with the puzzle, but I'm going with it. This 13 contains either a 5 or a 6 because this contains one of the small numbers and this contains 3 of the small numbers. So this is either a 5 or a 5, 8 or 6, 7. So it contains a 5 or a 6. That also means this will be, like, because we see this as a 5 or a 6, that means we already have a 5 and a 6 in this row. Meaning this cannot be a 5 or a 6, it has to be a 4, 9. I, again, I don't know if that's what you're supposed to see, but that's what I'm seeing. Um, let's see. Where do we go now? Oh, this was 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that doesn't contain the number 4 or 9. That's okay, that's too bad. Um, 9 here, 9 here, meaning the 9 has to be in this cage. Oh, again, we have the 5, 6 pair, meaning this is 179. Oh, okay. There's probably something else I'm supposed to see, but I'll just keep going with this because why not? Meaning this cannot be this. Um, okay, okay, that's fine. A 1 in this cage means there has to be a 1 in this cage because it's 1, 2, 4. There's a 1 in this cage, meaning the 1 has to go here. Um, okay. Um, like I said, I'm not sure at all if this is what we're supposed to be doing. Oh, also this is 5, 8. 5, 8, meaning this has to be the 6. The 1. Okay, and we're off. Okay, we're doing something. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Um, 4 has to go in the middle here, but that's not worth marking. I don't think. Hmm. Now we're slowing down a bit, but that's fine. 7, 8, 9, meaning this has to be the 1. Because it's looking at the 7 and the 9, right? Because there's a 7 in one of these three and a 9 in one of these three, meaning this has to be the 1. Also, an 8, meaning this has to be the 8, the 5. It's something, I guess. Um, let's see how we can keep going with this. Hmm. Pausing for a second. One thing I can say, I don't know if it's going to be useful. I explained the rule with the row summing up to 45. This also works with a large area because it's 45 plus 45 plus 45 plus 45. Meaning this, like if we would have this would total to 225, but we have this, meaning it's 10 less than 225, meaning these two add up to 10, which okay, not as useful as I thought it'd be. Also, with cracking the cryptic, you can add it up to, you can like fill in a sum with the amount of digits, and you can see. One interesting thing I see is there's 7, 8, 9 here, meaning this cannot be a 7, 8, or 9, so it has to be one of these 5. And I see the 1, 2, 3, meaning it has to be one of these 5, but that's not. 5 numbers is too many to mark down, I think. Okay, so that's not that useful. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Let's just see what this sum is and see if it's an interesting sum. 18. So these three add up to 18. And then we can like just check, but I don't think that's gonna be something. 18 and 3. Yeah, no. Actually, okay. Actually, that might be useful. Just because if you see here, there's a 9 in this box, so this couldn't be a 9. There's a 9 looking at this like spot, so it couldn't be a 9. There's a 9 here, so it can be a 9. So we couldn't have a 9 in that combination. Um, Now. No. Okay. That's it. That's all we're gonna do. Um, unless no, not unless. Okay. No, that's it. Okay, so that's not too useful. Um, then we keep going. Mm, okay, maybe I can figure out what this combination is. No. There's a 2 in it. That's all I know. Um, hmm. Actually, if there has to be a 2 in this box, right? 2. Meaning this square couldn't be a 2 or a 4, meaning it's a 1-5 pair. We have the 1 and also the 5, so it's a 1-5. And if we look at this bottom box, we can see the 5 can go here, and the 5 can be in any of these, so we know this is a 5. Let's see. Let's see. Where can we keep going? There has to be something interesting somewhere because that's how these Sudokus are made. Um, with there having to be something interesting somewhere. Um, I want to resolve this 8. Like obviously eventually, but I think that's beneficial for solving the puzzle. I see an 8 here and an 8 here, so there cannot be an 8 in this box. Um, kind of cheap, but there's a 1 in one of these two. There's a 1 here, so oh, there's a 1 here. Wow. Okay, so there cannot be a 1 in here. Um, now it cannot be this solution because there's a 7 here and a 5 here. So if it would be this solution, this would have to be a 5 and a 7, and obviously that's not possible. Also there's a 5 here, so it could contain a 5 anyway. Oh, that does help. Um, okay, let's see. Let's see what we're doing. So we know this contains a 3, but I don't think that goes anywhere. Okay, so this box couldn't contain a 1 either because there's a 1 here and a 1 here. It couldn't contain an 8 because there's an 8 here and an 8 here. It couldn't be 2, 4, 9 because this box cannot be a 2, a 4, or a 9. Interesting. Okay. Okay, I don't think that results in anything. Okay. Um hmm. Well, I'm just now I feel like I'm just whittling down at the puzzle and that's not what I want to do. There has to be a 5 in here. The more important thing is what it cannot contain, I think, personally. Um, Even though this limits our options, it doesn't say anything about anything, basically. Um, we're supposed to be doing something else, but I just have to figure out what. But, well, that's I guess that's the whole goal of a Sudoku. You're just supposed to be figuring out what you're supposed to do. The goal of life, I guess. Um, well. Um, so there's a 5 in either one of these. Now, that doesn't help me much, sadly. Um, this box has to contain a 9. because it's either 5, 8, 9 or 6, 7, 9. There's a 9 here. That means this is a 9. Okay. I probably could have seen that earlier. Um, it cannot contain. Okay, so um, it couldn't be 5, 8, 9, and this is because in that case this would have to be either a 5 or an 8, and it can be either of those. So it's 6, 7. There's a 6 here, so we can fill in the 6 and the 7. Maybe that helps us with this. Yes, it does. 2, 3, 8. Can we resolve that somewhere? No. 2, 3, 8. But there's a 2 looking at it, so this couldn't be a 2. Okay. Now we can figure out what this is. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5, 5, 6, 7? Yeah. And this is the 8. Cool. Now we are getting we're getting a bit further into the puzzle. There is something to be seen here. Um okay. Oh, okay, that's big. This one here blocks out these two. I could have gotten this before, I think. Um blocks out these two from being a 1. This one blocks this one out from being a 1. This cannot contain a 1. So 2, 3, 4. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. With this not being able to be a 4, there's a 2, 3 here, so this is the 4 actually. 2, 3, looking at this. So this is a 1, 7. Now I resolved that 8 I wanted to resolve, and I forgot why, to be to be quite honest with you. Um, I don't know. I think Sudokus are fun, and that's what makes me weird, I guess. 9 blocking out the 20. 5, 7, 8. 5, 7, 8. 7 here. Blocking out this 7. This 8 blocking out that one. Ooh. Ooh, there's a 7 in one of these three, meaning this cannot be a 7. That means this is a 1, that's a 7. Meaning this has to be the 7. Okay. Now I can figure out what... No, I can't. I can probably figure out what this is. It cannot contain an 8 or a 7. It couldn't contain a 6 and a 4. Like, not both of those, because this would have to be then be a 7 and a 4. Uh, hmm. Wait, actually, there's a 5 in either one of these, because there's not a 5 in a box yet, so it's 2, 4, 5. The 4's here, so this has to be the 4. Then I have the 2 and the 5 left over. There's a 2 here, so this is the 2. That's the 5, that's the 3, that's the 2. Again, I feel like especially the start that I did, I'm not sure if that's the intended start, but still it's logical, so it's an okay like thing to use. Um, which that's how it basically always works. Uh, have as many like solving tools as you possibly can. Uh, that sounds like I don't know. But it does help. It does help with like understanding the different aspects of the Sudoku. I see this 1 and this 2 looking at this, and then this 1, 2 looking at these. So this cannot be, this cannot contain a 1 or a 2. Um, there's a 5 in the box, so it cannot contain a 5. What else? No, I don't think this is where we're supposed to look next. Maybe this one. It does contain a 3. We know it contains a 3. It cannot contain a 4 and a 9, because if we have the 4 and the 9 here, it means this has to be a 4 and a 9, and it can be, so 3, 6, 7. We pencil mark that in. This not being able to be a 7. Actually, there's a 7 here, so that's a 7. Uh, that's a 9 because we're pencil marks, pencil marks, pencil marks. Okay. Fine. Oh, okay. We made some progress in the puzzle. There's a 3 that doesn't help us much, but it's fine. We can remove pencil marks that are not needed anymore. Uh, we only need a 2, 4 in this row because this is a 2, 4, meaning this also has to be a 2 or a 4. Meaning, okay, this 7, looking down at this cannot be a 7 anymore, so this is, so it's 4, 5, 6. 4, and then we have this 5, so we have a 5 and a 6. We have a 2. Oh, wow, I could have seen this way earlier. I removed this 2 pencil mark, but this 3 makes this an 8. Wow, okay. A bit late on that one, but apparently it wasn't needed so far, so we're okay. Um, we can find out these 3 numbers because because of what's left in the box. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 8 and 9. This total is 19, meaning this has to be a 3. Now we can complete this box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now this cannot contain a 6. It cannot contain a 1 because there's a 1 here. 5, 2, 7. So this is 2, 7. There's a 2 here, so that's 2, 7. I can see my pencil marks here. 2, 3. Meaning this has to be an 8 or a 9. Because there's an 8, 9 here, and then we have to complete a row. Okay. 8, 9. So it has to contain an 8 or a 9. So we can remove everything that doesn't. It has to contain a 6 because there's already 6 in the box. These. It cannot contain a 2 because the 2 blocks these. Meaning it has to contain a 1. The 1s go in here. And then it's either 4, 8 or 3, 9. Yeah. 4, 8 or 3, 9. So this is a 3 or 4 basically. Yeah. Okay. I don't I again, I'm probably missing things like I did before here. That's I would say that's normal. That's just a thing that happens, part of the biz, so to say. Uh oh, okay. I did not know I could remove like a whole box in one click. Um okay, something a bit more interesting. 1, 2. That means this is a 3, 4, and then a 5. 3 or 5. Looking at this, so this is the 4, and that's a 3. That does not help us, but we. Oh, that does. It does help us. Cool. It actually helps us a lot. Okay, cool. We got a bit further in the puzzle. This 14 now having to contain a 3, so that's 8, and then we need 6 with it. So that's 6 and 2. There's a 1 here, so it has to be 2, 4. This has to be 2, 4. Right? 8. Yeah. Okay. Just checking. I'm scared of like making a mistake in like these tutorial puzzles because I quite clearly it's meant as a tutorial, and if there's a mistake in the tutorial, it loses like most of its credibility. Um, which I don't, you know, it is it that's pretty self-explanatory. That's like a logical thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this can be a 5. Then row still needs a 6 and then 8. So this is a 5, 6, 8 triple. That meaning these three numbers have to be some combination of 5, 6, and 8 because um, yeah, you have three numbers in three squares. So yeah, that's the only possibility. Adds up to 19, meaning 1. Uh, Resolves this, this. That did a lot for us. Okay. We can figure out this combination because 1, 2, so 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I saying that right? No, not 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 9. Yeah, I could have also seen that in a row. I realize now, but that's okay. Um, so this has to contain a 3 and a 9. 3, 9, 3, 9. So this is 5, 6, or 4, 7. There's a 5 here, so it's 4, 7. Also, I could have seen that in the box, I realize now, but that's fine. Meaning this has to be the 3. That means this has to be the 9. There's a 7 here, and there's a 5 here. Like, I could have seen... Like, this is, like, the type of thing I probably could have... Oh, no, I just did the 4, 7. No, well, that's fine. Um, well... This... Okay, so now it's just filling in a bunch of our pencil marks. This is why we pencil mark, because it makes it easier the further you go. As long as you don't like overdo it, because this would just be confusing. Also, cracking the cryptic does help with like removing the numbers you fill in. So this part makes it very easy. That's why I'm talking through it, because I don't have to think at all. Um, I did not make a single mistake pressing those buttons, which is like that's surprising to me. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We need 4, 5, and then 6, and 7, and then 8. Yeah, that does add up to 18. Let's see, there's a 4 here, so 4. There's a 6 here, so 6, 8. There's a 7 here, so 7, 4. And that's the puzzle. Um, that would probably, I don't know, I probably could have done that faster. 26 minutes is not a quick solve for this puzzle, but I tried explaining through it and my thought process, and I think that's more important than solving it quickly. Understanding like the steps you're supposed to take, or like different ways you could solve the puzzle, because I think there would be different ways to solve it. I think my start was very, very wonky and very, very specific, but that's fine. That's also a thing. Uh, a thing you have to find your way of solving the puzzles. The harder ones, there's usually only one way to solve the puzzle. Um, so getting used to different ways of solving is actually a positive thing. That's why even if you're like maybe a bit more experienced and you know how to do the puzzles, these types of videos could help. And the reason I started making them was because, I don't know, because I didn't see many of them on YouTube, and I thought like some people might get some help out of it. Anyway, thanks for seeing this. If you watched this far, I'm surprised. Just know that I love you, and bye bye.